How many of you have been told all your lives that you're destined to be a fashion designer, you're destined to be in fashion, you are meant for nothing else, you are the chosen one? Put your hands up. How many of you? I'm talking about parents, teachers, immediate social circle, aunties, uncles, who think it's their right to interfere and tell you what you should be, and close friends, one person there, right? How many more? Okay, in the last 5 years, has somebody told you, you are destined to be in fashion, this is the way to go, and you are going to be the most unique fashion designer in the whole world? How many of you? In the last 5 years, have you heard this? 2 people there, 2 people there, 1 more person there, yes, that's 5 out of 70. What about the 65 other of you? You're incredibly confused, you don't know what's happening, fashion seems to be something that you're remotely interested in, and at some level, all of you are waiting saying, somebody's going to, open their arms out and say, welcome to our family, welcome to our fraternity, welcome to the world of fashion, you now belong here. That's never going to happen. That's never ever going to happen. Somebody's not going to do that for you. You're going to do that for you. And you're going to do that for you day before yesterday. Not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow, not even today. You should have already done it day before yesterday. I'll tell you a little story. I'm a middle class upbringing son of middle class parents. My father is an engineer. He worked all his life. He held a job, never was self-employed. He always held a very, very respectable job. My mother is a social worker. She works at the Cancer Institute, and she's been working as a voluntary worker since 1983. I did my schooling entirely in one little locality in Chennai, and I thought that was the world. I really thought Chennai was the world, and Chennai is huge and humongous until the internet came up, right? And I did my engineering. Why did I do my engineering? Because it seemed like a safe thing to do. It seemed pretty easy. It seemed like a safe thing to do, and aunties and uncles won't interfere with you in those 4 years if you say you're doing engineering. If you say I'm doing BA Arts, they'll be like, why don't you do a computer course on the side? So I didn't want to hear that. I did my engineering. And very safe after that, I did my marketing brand management MBA. So very, very safe, played it safe throughout. But I'm very glad to see Ranjan here, because when I just finished my school, I had a passionate interest in theater, in arts, in drama, in acting. I didn't know where it came from. It's not in my blood. Nobody thinks that I belong there. Nobody ever thought that I belong there. My parents don't understand it. My parents don't claim to understand it. They understand my love for it. That's as much as they understand. So I started theater with a very beautiful director who said, come and do something, let's see what can happen. That's all she said. She didn't say, you are the chosen one, you belong here, welcome. She said, come, make yourself useful, you'll do something here. And I'm honestly telling you, I did 4 years of theater. I went and did my, as I said, my post-graduation. I started off a theater group there. We started off an entertainment company in 2003. We took jobs after our MBA because we had to pay back loans. Okay, and we had loans to the tune of around 3.5 lakhs to pay back at that point of time, because any graduation degree, including this one I'm sure, is pretty hefty on the pocket. It is an investment in time, energy and money. Time and energy you will not get back, money you can always get back. So we took up jobs. We worked for 2 years in the industry. I was a salesman, so I worked for 2 years. I worked for 2 years enough to pay back my loans. Then I said, I'm going to start my own entertainment company. We're going to do theater for a living, which was not possible to do. Even Naseeruddin Shah in the country right now does not do theater for a living. It's a very sad state, but I think we were stupid and naive enough to experiment with it. We said, we want to start this off. Let's see where it goes. 7 years back, 8 years back, India was not so cool. India was not the golden, one of the BRIC nations. Brazil, Russia, India, China. That's only the last 3 years. In 2003, things were raw, uncool. The dot-com bubble had just burst. A lot of my friends had made a lot of money and they were not going to make any more money after that. A lot of people had lost jobs. It was quite sad and desolate. But again, as I said, we were ignorant, naive and stupid enough to start this company. Today, Avam is an 8-year-old entrepreneurship in theatre. Today, people are coming and telling us that, hey, you know something, you have proved, at least by your mere existence, that theatre is profitable, theatre is viable, you can make a living out of theatre. And as an actor in the film industry, I have been technically struggling to exist for the last 8 years. Struggling to exist. I'm glad Mr. Rashmi has seen a few films of mine. A lot of people haven't. Right? I have a very important film releasing tomorrow and I'm left, right and center promoting it. But I'm hoping that somebody will see it and they will like it and then I'll remain immortal in their hearts for the rest of my life. But it may not happen. It'll be a struggle for the rest of my life. It could be. But I'm looking forward to it. And I'll tell you why I'm looking forward to it. Because I just love doing it. I love this damn thing called acting. I love having my own business in theatre. I love theatre. I love being on stage. I love putting people on stage. I like understanding theatre and seeing how it can map into our lives. I like acting. I like cinema. I like where I am. To this day, nobody has come and told me, you belong in cinema. Welcome. I'm not Chiranjeevi's son. I'm not Rajinikanth's son. I don't have a dad saying, come, do this work here. You belong here. I don't have the press telling me, saying, we've seen all your father's films. We're looking forward to seeing you here too. I haven't had that ever happen. To this day, nobody's ever said, I belong. This is what you're meant to do. This is what you should do for the rest of your life. There's a music inside which says that. There's a little tune inside which says, I feel like I belong. I feel a sense of belonging. And even if they don't make me feel I belong, this is what I like doing the most. And that's very relevant in this day and age, because sometimes what you love doing is not what you'll make money out of. So you're stuck at crossroads saying, I love doing this, but this one's going to pay me. What do I do now? And I'm telling you this confirmedly. In the last 3-4 years, in India, there have been careers that have been created out of nothing. There are artistic perspectives that see commercial avenues of monetization. Today, do not think of yourselves just as fashion designers like the likes of which, I think Shweta should know some names better, but the likes of which are A, B and C. You don't know what is fashion day after tomorrow. You don't know. Today there are merchandising which is getting into just cute little clocks in people's houses, which is fashion. It's not just the ramp, or it's not just one thing that we know as fashion. Fashion as a industry and the forms in which fashion is being purchased today is changing. If all you ever did was invent the Armstrong band as a fashion designer, you'll probably be a billionaire by now. And that's just one band that goes fat. And it's there. Somebody's made $1 billion on that at this point of time, designing an Armstrong band. And who thought of it? I don't know. Is it a fashion designer, or is it a branding idea, or is it a social marketer who said, I'm going to create something iconic that people will want to wear because it will stand for something and it will make people feel more of themselves. Because they are linking themselves to Armstrong, the great cyclist who battled cancer, and he's been a super human being at all points of time. We don't know what fashion will be. So you're going to have a course for the next 4 years now, next 4 years. Never count what you're learning. Don't ask your faculty members saying, why am I learning this? What is this for? What are the practical applications of this? Nobody can claim to know the practical applications of anything you learn. You won't know the practical applications of anything you learn. But I guarantee you, whatever you learn, whatever you open your hearts to, will some way benefit you in the next 15 years. After 15 years, I can't guarantee anything. But for the next 15 years, whatever you learn in these next 4 years will benefit you in some form, some shape. You don't know how, I don't know how, but I guarantee it will happen.